Everybody can give me.
We Google the fool or something because we're seeing what is happening.
Give me some specific incidents.
First of all,
I was incarcerated here. Hey y'all, can y'all hear me? My name is Arden Latham. Nice to meet you,
Hey.
Sheriff. I was incarcerated here in December of 2023. I was actually falsely charged with cultivation of marijuana. I actually had a legal hemp plant. I didn't commit any crimes, but Mercer police arrested me and I ended up here. So I was in your jail. I spent the night and I had a lovely time. I stayed in a cell. I was actually very lucky to get a cell because most of the women on my block were actually sleeping in the common area. I would say there were about 50 women sleeping in the common area on the eating tables, on the floors. I did not have a mat. None of those women had a mat to sleep on. I was sleeping on the metal shelf in my cell. I actually ended up envying those women in the common area because in the cell where I was placed with another girl named Kat. Kat was a sweetheart. When I met her, her eye was full of blood and she was bleeding profusely because she had been beaten by a CO. As soon as I got there, because she had asked to hear from her mother, and the CO was irritated by her asking. She was not aggressive. This girl was as meek as could be. In this cell, she had just been moved to this block because she'd been beaten up by another CO, and she had moved to another block. In our cell, which she had been in for 3 months for misdemeanor trespass, the toilet had been broken the entire time that we were there. It was filled to the brim with human waste. There was no running water and there was no electricity in our cell. It was pitch dark. And so at nighttime, when we locked down, when the cell doors closed, she and I had to sleep on the floor with our noses pressed against the door so we could breathe at night because the smell of human waste was so palpable and so profound that we could not breathe. There was no running water in the cell from the sink either, so we had no drinking water. We had to negotiate with the other inmates to get drinking water. Kat, not to put her business out there, was trading sexual favors for drinking water. That's not humane conditions, Sheriff. It has been over a year and a half since my very brief stint. The only reason I got out is because I got lucky. I knew Leon Jones and he vouched for me. That's the only reason. But Kat wasn't lucky. She was homeless. She had committed a crime of misdemeanor trespass because she was sleeping. I was lucky. Most of those people are not. Kat was in there, last I checked, because I still sent her money. She's been in there this entire time, almost 2 years now, on misdemeanor trespass. That's longer than a prison sentence would be if she were found guilty. I was on bond for over 14 months before I got found, not liable, before I was expunged. And I was only there 24 hours, and the amount of time it has taken me to overcome this, and overcome is a very strong word, I think, because that will live with me forever, not because of what I saw happen to me, but because of what I saw happen to all those other girls who were not lucky, because I was lucky, Sheriff. Sheriff, I respect you and what you do. I know that you're elected here for reasons. You're not here by mistake. You're not here by a fluke. You've been in this position a long time. I know you know what you're doing. And I know that you can't go in there and fix every toilet yourself. And I know that you can't go in there and feed every inmate yourself. But I ask you for a little bit more human empathy, because I know that you say, when Mr. Fawcett's mother speaks, I know that you say, I understand, and I can't imagine losing a child, and maybe this is just me personally, but I don't hear that in your voice. And I don't see it in your face, because I see that you are trying to put on a political presence. I know that's your job, and I respect that's your job, but we're asking for human empathy. We're asking for you to walk 2 blocks with us. Would you walk 2 blocks with us? You don't have to say a word. Would you walk with us? That's all we ask. Thank you, y'all.
Thank you.
As far as I know, when their computer system works.